For the second video of Special Booster 2.0, I'm still covering only BT18 cards, and today marks the spirits of Light, Thunder, and Darkness. Per the usual, I'll be looking at the effectiveness of certain cards and how useful they'll be in sealed or a competitive format. And as always, if you enjoy this type of content, do consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell for more future content. Briefly, if you didn't catch the first episode of the series, Takuya Kambara and Koji Minamoto are a dual tamer for this set. And because Koji is the tamer for the Spirits of Light, I do want to make a mention of him here as well. This tamer is treated as individually as either tamer, and is a 5-cost tamer that lets you place one card with the hybrid in its traits with different names from your trash as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card at the start of your main phase. For every other tamer, increase the number of Digimon you place with this effect by 2. Again, the end goal here is to warp into a level 6, or something else. For this episode, we also have what I'd like to believe to be canon level 2s for not just lobomon, but loweemon as well. With wanyamon, this Digimon has a simple inheritable of when attacking, once per turn if you have a yellow tamer, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. Pretty simple, though requires specifically a yellow tamer. As for Freemon, this purple level 2 has an on-deletion effect that for each color among your opponent's Digimon and Tamers, you trash the top card of your deck. With so many multicolored Digimon and Tamers at this point, you could possibly accelerate certain conditions for decks even like beetlemon. But now for the Spirits of Light, Lobomon returns and debuts as a blue-yellow Digimon, arguably what he should have been, originally in the color of yellow. This Digimon has identical Digivolution costs and requirements to every human spirit from the previous episode of 3, from a blue or yellow level 3 Digimon or Tamer. In addition, from Koji Minamoto specifically, it's 2, and from his B spirit, 0. When Digivolving, you search your security stack and then add one hybrid or 10 Warriors trait Digimon among them to your hand. If you added one, you recover 1. Then you shuffle your security. This is basically Zoe Orimoto as a body, or even TK Takashi with specific conditions. But its inheritable is when attacking if you have 7 or fewer cards, draw 1. Note that this is not once per turn, and could have a lot of application in not just blue or yellow hybrid, but Ancientgarurumon as well. Considering this set has a lot of hybrids, it's a great sealed card to also glean information. Like the last episode, I'll be skipping Magnagarurumon and going over it at the end. Kokabuterimon is now the pseudo-canon level 3 for beetlemon, and has a your turn once per turn effect where when this Digimon or any of your Tamers would Digivolve into a multicolored Digimon that is black or yellow, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. Frankly, I do wish beetlemon was still green for the application of being Insectoid, and this could be useful for Insectoid decks. But that aside, this effect follows the same passive effects of every level 3 revealed so far. Its inheritable is simply Blocker. Beetlemon follows the same Digivolution conditions as Lobomon, but for its when Digivolving effect, prevents itself from being deleted by your opponent's card effects until the end of their turn. This is also nice that even if you are de-Digivolved and would be deleted by an effect, you aren't. When attacking, one of your Digimon or Tamers may Digivolve into a black or yellow Digimon card, with the hybrid trait with the Digivolution cost reduced by 1. And also like the human spirits of Ice and Wind, this Digimon's inheritable also plays out a Tamer with an inheritable effect, when this Digimon would leave the battle area other than by one of your effects. Metalkabuterimon is a significant upgrade from the previous version, being a blocker, providing inheritable blocker, and also de-Digivolving 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon when you play it or Digivolve into it. It's great for defense too in a sealed setting. As for rhinokabuterimon, this level 5 Digimon digivolves from a yellow or black card generically for 4, or a level 4 black or yellow hybrid for a cost of 3. It follows the same warp Digivolution conditions, tucking beetlemon and metalkabuterimon to warp into this card from a tamer for a cost of 3. This also has collision, and it also gets an unsuspend once per turn when an attack target is changed. Hilariously, this makes me think the power this Digimon offers is almost like that of Raid War Greymon. Its inheritable is a when attacking effect once per turn that gives a minus 4000 DP reduction to one of your opponent's Digimon. When you get to Ancient Beetlemon though, you get the same Digicross elements from the Ancient Greymon and Ancient Garurumon. This Digimon digivolves from a level 5 with the Insectoid trait for a cost of 3, but can digivolve from a generic black or yellow level 5 for 3 as well. On play, and when digivolving, de-digivolve 2 on 2 of your opponent's Digimon. And finally, all turns, when this Digimon would leave the battle area, you may play one level 4 or lower Digimon card with the Insectoid or Hybrid trait. Considering de-digivolving is powerful and sealed, this is very decent as a top end, though your removal is lacking unless you're on rhinokabuterimon. While the Spirits of Thunder are okay in my mind, it's time to look at the next lineup for the Spirits of Darkness. Liollmon is the canon level 3 Digimon for loweemon, and digivolves from a yellow or purple level 2 for a cost of 1. Unfortunately, no special digivolution costs, but for instant access to purple and yellow option cards in the rays, it could be worthwhile. This Digimon's Your Turn effect is similar to kokabuterimon, but focuses on purple and yellow multicolored cards. Considering you could use this to choke your opponent to 1 and then digivolve this to, say, Gatomon for 2 in a Mastamon deck, I kinda want to see the applications for this Digimon as well. As for the inheritable, it's Retaliation. Loweemon sports the same digivolution cost as lobomon and beetlemon, again, the only difference being from Koichi for 2 and kaiserleomon for 0. This Digimon has a when digivolving effect that draws 1 and trashes 1 in your hand, and also has a when attacking effect where one of your Digimon or Tamers may digivolve into a purple or yellow Digimon card with the Hybrid trait in the trash. And of course the same inheritable as well as all the other level 4s to play a Tamer with an inherited effect. Ultimately, I feel like these Digimon are most useful for playing specific option cards, as these all have color requirements that do not allow you to ignore them. kaiserleomon has that passive retaliation and inheritable retaliation, while the on play and when digivolving effect deletes one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. At some point, I'm wondering if there will be a kaiserleomon that can contend with level 6s, even if it was a shadow of Cherubimon. I'm all about flavor when it comes to this game. Of all the hybrid effects, I feel Blocker, Jamming, and Piercing are arguably the better ones because Retaliation has so much to deal with in regards to the protection these days. Rhihimon's design is the same as all the other level 5s, warping off of a Tamer off their respective colors by tucking their Beast and Human spirits. This Digimon has Jamming, and has a when digivolving effect that allows you to play a Tamer with inherited effects from your trash without paying cost. Arguably of all the level 5s, this one is my favorite for the fact that it does not have a color requirement on the Tamer played, meaning you could play out any of the Digimon Seeker Tamers and any of the other Frontier children. Definitely the most bang for your buck. Its inheritable though is just more DP reduction. Ancientsphinxmon has an on play and when digivolving effect that deletes one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. One difference for this Digimon, your Digicross conditions can be either of the Human Spirits of Darkness with either of the Beast Spirits of Darkness, but this is also because there's a corrupt version and a purified version for Koichi. Don't worry, I'll be reviewing those cards in the next episode. This Digimon also sports the same all turns effect, but plays a Dark Animal, Mythical Beast, or Hybrid trait from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying cost. Mildly odd that this Digimon is the only multicolored ancient in this set to cost 4, but hey, removal is removal. Which now takes this episode to the Tamers. Starting with JP Shibayama, this Tamer has a start of main phase effect that allows you to trash a Hybrid or 10 Warriors trait Digimon to draw 1. The inheritable simply allows you to play a Tamer with an inherited effect from your hand without paying cost when an attack target is switched on all turns. Collision? Raid? Blocking? Value Town. For Koichi, your start of main phase effect allows you to trash a card with the Hybrid or 10 Warriors trait to gain 1 memory. But the inheritable for this card is simply a when attacking once per turn effect that allows you to return 1 card with the Hybrid or 10 Warriors trait from your trash to the hand. This is fairly effective recycling that I always love with purple cards. But now utilizing the option card, Darkness to Light, Thunder to Cannon, this 3-cost triple color option card has the same requirements as the option of the last episode. Its main effect allows you to place up to 5 cards with the Hybrid trait and different names from your hand or trash under one of your Tamers, and then one of your Tamers with 5 or more cards under it may digivolve into Magnagarurumon from your hand or trash, ignoring the Digivolution requirements and without paying the cost. With the 3 Tamers setup in play, you could warp into Magnagarurumon on top of say even Koji and Takuya in order to blitz into your opponent's security. But the last and final card for this episode is going to go to Magnagarurumon. This yellow-purple-black Digimon has a when digivolving an end of opponent's turn, where once per turn, by placing one Digimon card in this Digimon's Digivolution cards to the bottom of your security stack, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the same level as the placed card. Place another Magnagarurumon, level 6 is all wiped out. Place to level 5, all 5's gone. In some ways, this is a balanced way to not generically pick any Digimon and delete all of that Digimon's level and lower. But recovering security, it's once on the Digivolve, and assuming it survives through your opponent's turn, another recovery there. Additionally, this Digimon has an all turns once per turn effect where when this Digimon attacks, by adding the top card of your security stack to the hand, you unsuspend this Digimon. The yellow effects are all security based, but the black and purple effects are basically DeathXmon. Largely, I know there were a lot of conflicting points when Bandai revealed the newest support for this set, because the colors felt awkward and didn't provide continuity to the old support. But effect-wise and how they all synergize, I'm excited to try this in the upcoming format. What are your thoughts on Magnagarurumon and the spirits of light, thunder, and darkness? With tomorrow's episode, I look at the villain spirits of the series, and surprisingly, they have some canon Digivolutions of their own. Until then, I hope you're enjoying this series so far. This is DIGI-PANDA, logging out.